everyone, this is Ellen. So I'm going to teach you now how to make a giblets gravy. I kind of ran into technical difficulties. I'm going to fix that after with my camera, but I'm going to show you how to make a giblets gravy. So I use a saucepan, like a heavy saucepan, and what I do is I take the giblets. So I'm going to get the giblets. So the giblets come right out of the chicken. So the cavity of the chicken. So I'm going to take the giblets and just, they're in the bag. So I just put them into the pan. Sometimes I'll probably rinse them. Let me rinse them off a little bit actually. And then, So I'm gonna put the giblets in a pan with water, and I'm gonna say maybe about 2 to 3 cups of water. So I put it right on the stove, and I'll put it on medium to high heat just to get it going. I'll put some salt in there, and just for the sake of making sure that I'm measuring. I mean, you don't always have to measure. I mean, everybody has their own system. But I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt in there. Might seem like a lot, but I think it's okay. So I'm going to put a teaspoon. I can't actually fit the teaspoon in there. All right, so I'm going to put half a teaspoon, 2 half teaspoons. No, I can do that. I can fit it in. Okay, so a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'll just put my half teaspoon of black pepper. So I use some black pepper. Put that in there. And then I'm going to put some, I'm not going to put some herbs de Provence. I was almost going to do that, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to let this cook for a while. And after I let it cook, because I have my chicken that I was working on in the oven right now, and then my cornbread is ready. So I have some cornbread that I made from the recipe that I had put on there earlier. And so the chicken, the way I finished the chicken, I think when the video left off, I was washing the chicken. So what I did was I patted it dry with a paper towel, and then after that I poked holes in the lemon. So I just took a fork and I just poked holes in the lemon, and I put it in the cavity of the chicken, the neck cavity, and that's all. Oh, and then I rubbed it with butter, some butter. So I took some butter, and then after I rubbed about a tablespoon of butter on the chicken, because it's a small chicken, I put some salt. I rubbed some salt onto the butter and the chicken. Then I put some black pepper and I rubbed that onto the chicken. And then I put some herbs de Provence and I rubbed that onto the chicken. So the chicken went into a glass dish. Anything you have, a roaster pan would be great. And I put it in the pan and put it in the oven. So it's in the oven right now cooking. And I was going to show you my my corn muffin that's ready. So I'm going to tell you a little thing that I do with my cornbread. So I have my corn muffin, and I'll put some butter on it. Take my butter. I put a little butter on my corn muffin. I cut it in half. And then I put the cornbread, the butter on the cornbread. And then I do this thing that I learned in the Middle East. And again, like everybody, I mean, people in the South might do this. I don't know. Different people of all cultures do this. But I put a little honey. I drizzle a little honey on it. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I drizzle a little honey on the cornbread. And then I'm going to try it. So, it reminds me of the Middle East when I eat that with the honey. So good. Very good. Okay. So, that was good. Okay, so the other thing that I made with this dinner, so I have cornbread, I have chicken, and I made coleslaw. And I kept it real simple. I bought the coleslaw that was already prepared in the bag, Dole, sorbet, whatever. And I just mix it with coleslaw dressing. You can make your own, but I just do it that way. And then I simply mix it all together with a spoon or with my hands. And then I put plastic, I put it in a bowl, put plastic on it, put it in the refrigerator, set it aside while the chicken is cooking, so that it's nice and like moist. You know, it's all, you know, the coleslaw dressing gets into the cabbage and the carrots, and so it tastes good. So my giblet gravy is on the stove. So it's basically, you keep the giblets going for maybe like 20 minutes to 25 minutes, and you let it, you put it all together, I mean, with the salt and pepper, and you just let it cook. And then when you're done with that, I'll probably try to show you the finished product. But what you do is, after about half an hour of boiling and cooking, you take the giblets and you put them into the blender and you blend them. And then you put a roux in the saucepan. So you make, you do 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 tablespoon of flour, and then you put the giblet mixture back in from the blender into the pan with the, after you've made the roux, and then you let it thicken. And that's as simple as it gets. That's as simple as it is. So then you use that if you want to put the gravy over the chicken when you eat the chicken. Okay, so that's my lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will hopefully not have more technical difficulties. All right, thank you. All right, bye. Bye.